Good morning, Stewart's Chapel. Brother Don here and Don Counts, and we're back here at the courthouse. And this is Tuesday's devotion, and we're in Amos chapter 1, verse 6 through 8. As God singles out the second of the neighbors of Israel, Gaza. Thus says the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Gaza, and for 4, I will not turn away its punishment, because they took captive the whole captivity, to deliver them unto Edom. But I will send a fire upon the wall of Gaza, which shall devour its palaces. I will cut off the inhabitant from Ashdod, and the one who holds the scepter from Ashkelon. I will turn my hand against Ekron, and the remnant of the Philistines shall perish, says the Lord. The remnant of the Philistines shall perish, says the Lord. You see, Gaza was south of Israel. It represented these cities that he lays, Ashdod, Ashkelon, and Ekron. They all indicate that when he's talking here, he's talking about all of one nation or one people group, and that would be the Philistia. You see, Edom bought their captives. Now Edom will take them. They've been going around as slave traders, kidnapping, taking prisoners and slaves from the people of Israel and taking them and selling them to Edom. But now Edom is going to buy them. Now Edom's going to get its share here in a little bit, but right now God starts with Gaza. God will destroy their protection and their fortified houses. This took place again under the Assyrians in 710 BC. The Assyrians destroy the palaces of Ashdod. And in 701 BC, 9 years later, Ashkelon falls. Ekron, one of the fifth chief cities of Philistia, was the center of their worship. I bet you've heard this word. You know who their god was? Beelzebub. Beelzebub. One of the 7 princes of hell. Beelzebub. Lord of the flies. Maybe you've heard that. A major demon, but most, when you come to the New Testament, Beelzebub is just another word for Satan himself. That was the god of the Philistines. And so what God is saying is, I will defeat Satan. And I will defeat his worshipers and followers. It says, the idea, I was trying to find this, look in verse 8, it says, and the remnant of the Philistines shall perish. The remnant. You know, that word remnant is often used in a good way in the Bible to refer about God saving the remnant, a handful among God's people, a remnant. I think that's really what Jesus is referring to when he says, few shall actually be saved and not many, a remnant. What is interesting here is that God uses that same phrase where it's usually used in a good way. God says, when I destroy the Philistines, there won't even be a remnant. The remnant will be destroyed also. The whole idea is sort of like Damascus. For 3 transgressions and for 4. They had crossed the line. And God is saying, now has come. I won't say this for every one of these, but I will say it now. A lot of God's people don't believe that they can cross the line. The New Testament teaches the same thing, by the way, this legal limit of sin. I don't know whether you've ever seen anyone cross that line. In Corinthians, it talks about some taking the Lord's Supper unworthily and they cross the line. Some are killed and some become deathly sick. There's other times as well. You see, that's what Damascus has done, and that's what Gaza has done, and that's what these other cities will have done. They went too far. 3 transgressions, and for 4. Be careful. Love you, Steers Chapel.